So it's that time of year again, Premier League predictions 2022-23. But before we get into it, absolutely amazing. The three Lionesses winning the Euros. It came home. The women absolutely smashing them, really. They've only been founded in like 2014, already won the Euros. Absolutely amazing. And absolutely smashing teams 4-0 in the semi-final, beating Germany in that fashion in extra time. What a way to celebrate. It's just annoying that it's not celebrated in the same way that it saved the men won, because obviously they did have that parade and stuff in Trafalgar Square. A lot of people turned up, but it would be like days off, everyone on the piss if it was men's. It needs to just be a little bit more balanced, but it will inspire a lot of goals. And what happened there with that game? Tremendous stuff. What a game that was. Now on to Premier League predictions. We are going to start with the middle. You ain't got the top, you got the bottom, you got the filling. So we're going to go from 7th all the way down to like 17th, whatever it is. Starting in 7th, who do I think is going to miss out on the Europa League? It's going to be the drum West Ham. David Moyes hammers. Come on, you Lions. Not anymore, really. They finished, I think, 8th in the last season or 7th. I think they'll finish in a similar position. They've tried to get Lingard. Obviously, he went to Forrest. They've made a few good signings. I think they've signed Samaka, ain't they? I don't really know too much about it, but I think West Ham will do solid again with Bowen and all these players. So they're finishing 7th. Big David Moyes going to do a hell of a job again. I think they're in the Europa Conference League, are they? Next season. They can win that. It'll be a bit special, but we'll have to see. Then 8th, we're going to go with Brendan Rodgers' Leicester. Obviously, they are going to sell Schmeichel. Newcastle keep bidding for bloody Maddison. And they're a bit all over the place at the moment. Yeah, they've got Vardy, who could come back and do sick. They've got Daka and stuff, but overall, I can't really see them fighting for that Champions League like they did all them seasons ago. 2 years in a row, bottling it pretty much. I don't think they could do it again. Yeah, they've got Harvey Barnes. Tielemans could be sold, although I don't think he will be. But if the money's there, they'll sell him. So they're going 8th. And I don't think too many signings have been made, so realistically, I can't see them achieving more than the teams I've put above them. Points-wise, there's very hit and miss last season, and I think they're going to be like that again this season. Then 9th, we've got the Claret and Blue members, Aston Villa. Unbelievable. I think every season people are saying that, oh, you're going to finish well. We've made some good signs again. Leon Bailey's been on fire, but this season, hopefully, is their season to break out of the bottom half of the table, go above into the top 10. Not hoping for too much. 9th. Obviously, there is Europa League, which Villa are aiming for, but I mean, I'm going to be realistic. Like, are we going to do better than a West Ham and Villa? Are we going to do better than a West Ham and Man United, Chelsea, all these teams to get into that top 6? I don't know, because they've all strengthened. It's really hard. But Villa are 9th place. I'd take it. Give us some good moments, some good goals, and I'll be bloody loving it. Then 10th, in the middle, we're going with the Geordie boys. Why are you, man? They're absolutely going on a spending spree-ish. They've got in good players, spent adequate money. They haven't gone and spent absolutely ridiculous, but they're putting a 50 mil bid for Maddison. I don't think he'll go, because obviously Leicester, he will probably see, unless there's the money involved, he might go for money. But I see Leicester as slightly a bigger club than Newcastle as it stands. Obviously, they're trying to build something, but I think Newcastle will be that mid-table 10th. Eddie Howe, bringing in some good players. They've got Pope now. They're going to do well, and I think overall they're going to be fine. They're building towards that kind of European powerhouse, aren't they? If it works out like it did for City, which it's probably going to want. They've got the bloody Saudis involved. And 11th, we'll go with Brighton. They've lost Basuma, but I think they'll still do well. They brought in that striker. You know what you get with Graham Potter. Beautiful passing, beautiful play, good lots of possession. Just need to convert their goals, and hopefully that striker can do that. Basuma, he will be a big miss, which is why I don't think they'll finish 9th like they did last season. But 11th place for them is still decent. 12th, we'll go with Wolves. They're always just mid-table at the moment. They did have that bit free float in Europa League. Now I'm going to stick them 12. They've got obviously Harvey Zaysar. They have a bit of hit and miss season. Huang, that bloody 17-year-old who they bought 40 mil, has been sold or gone on loan. So yeah, let's finish at 12th. 13th, and we're going for Patty Vieira's Crystal Palace. They've been on fire in pre-season. Zaha scoring a lot of goals. He's implemented a style of play that's doing really well. So I think you're going to finish 13th, Palace fans. Love your fans, London fans. What a team it is, but obviously they can't really say much. It's mid-table. Hopefully they get higher, but I think the players they've got, they'll keep Zaha till pretty much his end of his career. He ain't gone to the likes of Man United or something, and he still performs well for them. So 13th it is. 14th, Bogstan and Everton. You've got Calvert-Lewin, you've got players. I think you'll be avoiding relegation, but I don't think you'll be like scrapping down there like it was last season. You've brought in a few changes. You've signed a lot of Burnley's fodder, pretty much. Tarkowski, McNeil. They're all coming in for cheap as chips because they got relegated. So I think they've got on to stay up. A solid 14th for them. Lampard should be doing better, but it is what it is. Then 15th, we've got Southampton. They always start off bloody good. The Saints go marching in. They'll go marching down when they ain't got James Ward-Prowse, because once he goes, they'll be in for a shocker. He's absolutely like the carry powerhouse for them. Once he leaves, if he does ever leave, they'll be scraping for relegation at least once he's gone. But that's if. I think they always start off well, do amazing, but then obviously come back down. 15th, it seems good. They've done not much business. They've signed that bloody guy from Rangers, Aribo, not Haribo. He did a little messy move when they're friendly, but I don't know what they're going to be like in the season. You know what I mean? Like, they had Armstrong last season and he weren't too good. But yeah, 15th, they'll stay in the league, but won't do anything special. 16th, Leeds, I think this is where it could get sticky. Leeds and 17th, Brentford. These two, I think, could be fighting relegation. Leeds have made that, I think his name's Adams, who's American, but they've lost Rafinha, they've lost Calvin Phillips. Brentford, not Harry Eriksson. They've got Tony, though, so it's going to be between them or two, I think, who are going to be like scraping that spot just above the relegation to survive. It's going to be a bit of an insane little tussle, but they've got Bamford as well, so I've put the little bit of Premier League experience above Brentford, who I've put 17th, just surviving because they have the likes of Tony and stuff and a good manager. Now, moving on to the relegation. Yes, it's a bit of a change of scenery, but 17th, we're going with Forrest. You're newly promoted, you've signed Lingard, you gave 200 grand and all this crap, but I don't think you have the squad depth. I don't think you have the players to ultimately be better than all of the other teams that I think will be above them. They will give it a good try. I think they'll do better than the other two teams that I've put below them, but I just think that Forrest, yes, I'd love you to be safe in the Premier League, but ultimately, I just don't think you're good enough. You're a historical team. One season in the Prem, then get out of it. Get out. And then 16th, we'll go with Bournemouth, pretty much for the same reason. These are all newly promoted teams. I think they're all going to go down. Bournemouth, yeah, they might have made a few signings, but I just don't see you staying up. 20th, we put Fulham. I think Fulham are guaranteed. Bournemouth and Forest and Leeds and Brentford, there might be a bit of a mix-up. I feel like they're the teams that will be fighting relegation and probably get relegated, but there's only two that will. Then I think Fulham are definite relegation. Obviously, they've got Mitrovic, but it never really works out. He scores a lot of goals from the defence is awful. Yes, they've signed a few players and they can spend millions, but I don't think they'll do a good job. Bournemouth, I've got Scott Parker. He's a great manager, was great for Fulham. I just feel that, I don't know, it could be possible that maybe Leeds fall into it and Bournemouth stay up. Nottingham, Forest and Bournemouth, I feel, have a more better chance than Fulham. But that's what I think is going to be the relegation. Them three, the newly promoted side, straight up, then straight back down. And now moving on to the top six. Incredible stuff. Finishing in 6th place, I'll kick it off with the team who think they can be the best in the world and get back to trophies within 1 year because they've got a new manager. Ronaldo obviously wanting to leave. He stayed and it's just an absolute mess over there. Man United. And the reason being for that is literally just because I think the players they've brought in, yes, they're going to do well, but they've took so long with like Frankie de Jong and stuff. He's not going to come now. Obviously, Sancho's improved a lot in pre-season. They've got Bruno. Ronaldo might make a difference. But I just think the whole system of Man United, the chairman and stuff, the owners, it just is a toxic club where no matter what they do for the time being, they will be not in the top level. And I think the teams above them that I've placed are better, and eventually and inevitably Man United will get them stupid results where they lose, and that is why I've put them 6th. Yeah, he qualified for the Europa League, but I feel like Ronaldo will leave after this season, obviously, and it's just not their year. Obviously, Ten Hag might make them play a lot more better football, but you're in 6th. 5th place, moving swiftly on. Who misses out on Champions League? Shock, Chelsea. The only reason I think it's Chelsea, I'm basing this a lot on pre-season, you know. They've been poor pre-season. Obviously, they have won a few games. Mason Mount looks really good. But bringing in Sterling, obviously he ain't come into his own yet. They've got Pulisic and stuff. They missed out on Koundé. I know they've just signed Cucurella, but I feel like Arsenal have a really, really big push at the moment. And that is why I'm going to put Chelsea 5th, because they did get battered by Arsenal. Arsenal had a really good pre-season. And it's why I'm putting them 4th. Now, you might be thinking, why have I picked this? The friendlies, Gabriel Jesus has been on fire. Absolutely incredible. Odegaard's been made captain. They've made a lot of squad depth, bringing in a lot of transfers. And I feel that Arteta, he's building something incredible. He's had a few seasons. They've got in Zinchenko, people from Man City, Jesus, who he knows. He has that vision of what he wants to do. And we'll see from the All or Nothing last season what he's like as a manager. But I feel like they actually will break into the top 4 this season. They've obviously got Europa League. That could play a factor in them finishing maybe 6th or 5th. But I feel they'll finish 4th. Then 3rd, I've gone to the other side of North London. Spurs, Antonio Conte, the bloody passion merchant. I think he's a brilliant manager, probably either top 3 or top 4 managers in the Premier League. Is he better than Tuchel? I don't know about that. They've signed Perisic, they've got Kulusevski, they've got Bentancur, Bissouma. They're going to do well. And I think under Conte, Harry Kane and Son are thriving. You saw Harry Kane in the friendlies. He's underestimated in FPL because Haaland's not doing the best in the pre-season. But yeah, I feel like Spurs are going to surprise everyone come third. Conte is going to be on a roll and he's going to get Spurs back to where Pochettino did at his peak. And now it's the big one, the big finale. Who's coming second? Who's coming first? I think first is going to be Liverpool. You'll never walk alone. But the only reason I do think it's going to be Liverpool is because they came so close last season, literally to the final game, the final 20 minutes, and they didn't win it. The last time that happened, they went again next season and won it by a mile. They beat City in the Champions Shield, or Community Shield, Champions Shield, and I thought they did amazing. There was a step ahead of City. They looked a lot fitter. Obviously, City do have the quality to absolutely go and beat them, but Liverpool looks a lot fitter the first half. City came back in the second half and had a lot of chances. Adrian was crap, really. It was like they just told him, if in doubt, kick it out. Haaland should have scored. He missed an absolute sitter. Obviously, Núñez won that. Very early to decide who's better. They're both similar strikers. I feel like these two will be gunning for the Premier League. It's only between these two. I feel like Liverpool just come out top and City might win the Champions League because they do have Haaland now and they'll probably maybe focus a bit more on that. They have signed some good players. That Alvarez looked really good when he came on, scoring for City in the Champions Shield. It is a glorified friendly, realistically. I know you get a bit of trophy silverware, but it's all about the charity. That's what it's set up, weren't it? I thought, though, Liverpool were that edge a little bit better. Does it really make a difference between that? No, I have criticised City, but they'll be back at it. And I think these two will go head-to-head. It's going to be really close again. But I've just sneaked Liverpool in first place because of their sort of resilience. And I feel like City will maybe focus a little bit more on that Champions League spot. So that's the Premier League predictions. Now we're quickly going on to who's the top goal scorer. Bosh. I'm going for a bit of a wild card. Gabriel Jesus. He's been pre-season friendly, absolutely smashing it. I could go Mo Salah, and I probably will go Mo Salah if I was playing it safe, but we'll go for something a little bit different. Jesus, call me up, call me baby, because he's going to be up there in the goals this season. Assister, I've played it safe in this one. Trent Núñez, he's going to be in the box. He's going to be whipping them in. Him and Robertson getting loads of assists, heading it in the goal. Bish bash bosh. It's going to be big for Liverpool, and if Núñez keeps going the way he is, he can be incredible. Just like Haaland for City, though, so Cancelo could be in the mix. Clean sheets, Alisson. Him and Edison will probably be the same again. Unless someone like Mendy comes in. I feel like Alisson is a brilliant keeper, probably the best in the Prem, because he don't have to save many shots. But when he needs to be called upon, Bosh, he's there, making the big saves, big reflexes, keeping the clean sheets. He's got Van Dijk in front of him, Konate, Matip, whoever it's going to be. And I think he'll be up there with Edison and like some Mendy and stuff. Then, surprise team. I would go with Spurs, but I think it's a bit like you expect them to be around the 4th and 5th spot. So I've gone with Newcastle because I feel like they'll really challenge sort of where I've put Villa, Leicester, that 9th, 8th, 7th spot. Whether they get that, it depends, but I feel like 10th is sort of a good finish. It could be better, but I feel like they will surprise people. Are they surprised because they've got loads of money? I don't know, but Eddie Howe's done a really good job, and with these players, they're Premier League proven, got experience. He's going to do wonders, and I feel like Newcastle this season will really step it up a notch into the European superpower that they want to become. And then Player of the Year, finally, I'm going to go with Salah again. I got him right last season. I feel like because in that Community Shield, I feel like he was up for it again. He got an assist, he scored a penalty, but he looked like the Salah of old. Will he drop off after Christmas? That's to see. That will risk his Player of the Month, really, because if he continues, obviously, the first half into December, I think he will get the Ballon d'Or. Benzema probably does deserve it. It depends how them two start in the new season, but Salah is a good shave Player of the Month. Could it be De Bruyne? Yeah, 100%. But I feel like he looked sharp in the Community Shield, and so I'm going to give it Salah as well. So yeah, that ends it for the Premier League predictions. I did quite well last time, so I think I'm going to do decent this time. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.